Hello, boys and girls. I am so glad that you decided to join us today for Kids Church. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff going on, so hang on. Let's get started. First of all, we have a new theme for all month long, and that theme is self-control. Self-control can be hard to do, but with God's help, we are able to do it. So, do you know what self-control means? Here it is. Self-control means choosing to do what you should do, not what you want to do. That can be really hard. With God's help, we can do that. So, let's listen to what John has to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a perfect place to put that rock. Hey, how you doing? I'm John, and what? Where? Here? Hey, how are you? I'm John. What? Right here? Okay, hey everybody. I'm John, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying my new virtual reality machine. The video game of the future. With this game, I can create my own virtual world, my own kingdom, and I'm the king. See my crown? Oh yeah. Oh, look at that thing. Here, I'm gonna make it float. Watch it. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna make it spin around. Oh, okay, that's getting me a little dizzy there. I'm sure it's getting you dizzy too. Put that right back in. In my kingdom, I have complete control. Don't like where this tree is going? No problem. I just pick it up with the entire root system and move it. It's not heavy at all. Look at this, look how strong I am. Watch this. 3, 4. I could even spin it around for a little twirl. Oh, look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This would be a perfect time to talk about self-control. Self-control is choosing to do what you should do, not what you want to do. What I want to do is stay in my virtual world forever, but what I should do is take a break and have a little snack. Where's this? Oh, I forgot. In the real world, things don't just, appear whenever I want them to. If I want a snack, I have to go get it myself. So. I'm not really that hungry. Self-control is useful in lots of ways. When you have self-control, it means you can control your temper, you can control what you say, you can control what you think about, what you eat and drink. Anyway, in today's story, we'll hear about why self-control is so important. Maybe we'll find out why it's so hard. In this world, at least. Yeah, excuse me. I think I'll have a virtual pizza. Oh, look at that pie. Why am I still hungry? Nope.
Boys and girls, that was pretty silly of John, wasn't it? Him and his virtual world. Well, we're going to have to hang on and wait to find out what happens to him. But before we do that, we're going to have a fun game and sing some worship songs. So, everybody up off the couch, and let's get ready to play a game and sing some songs.
It's time to play Rock, Paper, Scissors. Can you beat the screen? Rock crushes scissors. Paper covers rock. Scissors cuts paper. See, it's easy. All right, let's go. Here's our first round. Everyone ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Did you win? All right, let's go again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. How did you do this time? Let's go to round 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What about this round? Let's go again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. It's time for another round. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. How are you doing? Did you win that time? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Let's do it again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. One more time. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. If you won more rounds than you lost, you win. You are the rock, paper, scissors champ. Good job.
I raise a hallelujah in the presence of my enemies. I raise a hallelujah louder than the unbelief. I raise a hallelujah. My weapon is a melody. I raise a hallelujah. Heaven comes to fight for me. I'm gonna sing in the middle of the storm. Louder and louder, you're gonna hear my praises roar. Up from the ashes, hope will arise. Death is defeated, the King is alive. I raise a hallelujah with everything inside of me. I raise a hallelujah. I will watch the darkness flee. I raise a hallelujah in the middle of the mystery. I raise a hallelujah. Fear, you lost your hold on me. I'm gonna sing in the middle of the storm. Louder and louder, you're gonna hear my praises roar. Up from the ashes, hope will arise. Death is defeated, the King is alive. Sing louder in the presence of my enemy. Sing louder, louder than the unbelief. Sing louder, my weapon is a melody. Sing louder, heaven comes to fight for me. Sing louder in the presence of my enemies. Sing louder, louder than the unbelief. Sing louder, my weapon is a melody. Sing louder, heaven comes to fight for me. Sing louder, I'm gonna sing in the middle of the storm. Louder and louder, you're gonna hear my praises roar. Up from the ashes, hope will arise. Death is defeated, the King is alive. lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am.
Boy, that was a fun game that we got to play today. And those worship songs were wonderful. It's so great that we can worship together. Today, we're going to hear about a little girl named Lily and how she had a hard time with self-control. Do you guys remember what self-control is? Self-control is choosing to do what you should do, not what you want to do. Sit down. Let's see what happens with Lily.
And now for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of Proverbs. Chapter 25, verse 28.
Libby's favorite place in the whole world was the treehouse her dad helped her build. She showed her friend Rhiannon from across the street how they put it together.
We nailed down these boards for the floor, and then we cut all this heavy canvas and draped it over the branches and tied it down tight. It's like a treehouse and a tent.
Libby pointed out the brightly colored lanterns and light strands hanging from the branches.
They're all solar powered. We could stay up here all night.
I just got Lego Star Games on my iPad. As the girls settled down to play, Libby's mom called up from below.
Dad and I are going next door to help Mr. Burns paint his living room. Call if you need anything.
Sure, yeah.
We may be late, but I want you both in bed by 8:30.
We've got to get an early start for 8 Flags. Mom, I know. Libby rolled her eyes at Rhiannon.
8:30? It's like they think I'm a baby or something.
She launched the game and both girls selected their characters. At least Libby did. Rhiannon had a hard time deciding on a nose for her player.
Just pick one already. I want it to be right. It's not like your real-life nose is perfect.
Rhiannon winced, but she chose a nose and the girls began to play.
Spin right! No, faster! Oh, come on! Come on! I'm trying, okay? We're on the same team! You're dragging down my score! I've never played before. Well, maybe you should just watch. I'll get the hang of it. The way the screen rotates is just making me a little dizzy. If you can't handle this, you're going to be hopeless on the coasters tomorrow at 8 Flags. I love 8 Flags.
Rhiannon's face was tense. Libby knew she should stop, but the words seemed to fly out of her mouth.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna love having to skip the best rides because you might get sick. I won't.
Libby tugged the tablet away from Rhiannon.
Just let me play solo. Okay, fine. I will.
Rhiannon scooched away and started to lower herself onto the ladder.
Hey, where are you going? It's not like you want me here.
Rhiannon scrambled down the ladder. Libby started to follow, then stopped.
She's just being a baby.
Libby tried to quiet the uneasy feeling in her stomach by playing an epic round of Star Games. She did so well on her own that she beat 3 new levels before she checked the time.
Oops, 8:37. It's not like Mom and Dad are home. They won't know if I go a little longer.
So Libby played another round.
Just one more.
And another.
Totally on a roll.
And still another.
Yes, I rock. I'm the queen. I'm Libby.
Libby glanced up to see Mom climbing into the treehouse.
It's after 11. What are you doing? Winning. Where's Rhiannon? Why aren't you in bed?
Libby knew she should back down and admit she was wrong, but something flared up inside her.
You can't expect me to go to bed at 8:30. Libby, it's totally lame. Think about what you're saying. Yeah, that you're treating me like a baby.
Mom took a deep breath.
That's it. We're not going to 8 Flags tomorrow.
Libby gaped at Mom in shock. Her hand clenched around the lantern that was hanging beside her.
You can't do that! And 8 o'clock bedtime all week.
Libby was so angry she couldn't see straight. She yanked down the lantern and hurled it across the treehouse. It tore through the canvas wall and crashed to the ground below. Libby and Mom just stared at each other.
Remember that proverb we read last time you lost your temper? A person without self-control is like a city whose walls are broken through. When you lose it like this, you are asking for trouble. Bed. Now.
Libby tossed all night, listening to the storm that rolled through. She woke early, red-eyed and exhausted. She hurried out to check out the treehouse.
Oh no!
The inside was a mess. Water poured through the torn canvas. Her lanterns and lights were ruined. Libby stared at the wreckage.
A person without self-control is like a city whose walls are broken through.
Slowly, she crawled back down the ladder and found her mom.
I'm really sorry. I let go of my temper and, well, can I go apologize to Rhiannon too?
Mom's face softened.
Sure. We'll talk when you get back.
Libby took a deep breath and headed across the street to find her friend. She knew it would be tough to clean up the mess the storm had made, but it was even more important to take care of the trouble her words and actions had caused.
Wow, Lily had a really hard time with self-control today, didn't she? She let her words that were coming out of her mouth have no control. And in the process, she hurt her friends' feelings and she upset her mom and also got grounded, all because she did not choose to control her words. Boys and girls, we're going to talk about a man from the Bible. This man is Solomon. Solomon was the king of Israel, and he had asked God for one thing, and that thing was wisdom. And wisdom is knowing the right thing to do. It's not just being wise, it's knowing how to handle things. And God gave that to him. And Solomon wrote these wise things down in a book that we have today. And that is the book of Proverbs. So we can go and we can find these wise things and it will help us to make wise choices. So boys and girls, remember our verse today. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a man or person that lacks self-control. And Lily lacks self-control. But you know what? We have a choice. We can choose to have control over our words, over what we do, over anything in our life, because we have Jesus to help us. Like our main point says, God gives you the power to control yourself. All right, let's see what else John has to say today.
The book of Proverbs says a person without self-control is like a city whose walls are broken through. So, imagine you have a city that's protected by a big wall. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, just building a wall here. Looks pretty cool, right? There we go. Now, you'd feel pretty safe behind this thing, right? But what if one of your walls was broken down? This super punch. Yeah. You know, you'd be open to attacks from all of your enemies. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, there's some arrows flying by. You see those? Or you'd be open to weather, right? Oh, look at this tornado! Oh, look at me! Oh, this is cool! Do you guys see this? Woo! You see? You guys see this? Are you seeing do you see any of this? No? How come you guys didn't tell me? I'm just sitting. The point is, when you don't have self-control, somebody's going to get hurt. If you can't control your temper, you might break something. If you can't control the words you say, you could hurt someone's feelings. And if you can't control what you think about, you can hurt your heart. It's important to learn how to control yourself so you can keep the walls up and keep yourself and others protected. That's true no matter who you are. But when you follow Jesus, you don't have to control yourself all by yourself. The Apostle Peter wrote, God's power has given us everything we need to lead a godly life. So you don't have to rely just on your power to control yourself, and you don't have to create your own virtual kingdom. You can trust and rely on God to help you choose to do what you should do. So the one thing to remember today is this: God can give you the power to control yourself. The real world's too hard to handle all alone. Seriously, this whole time, no one could see any of this stuff I was creating and moving around? No one. All right, you know what? Just for that, I'm not gonna share any of my snacks with you. Those are mine. Which I can't seem to. Can somebody give me a snack?
John made some great points today, didn't he? It is so true that it can be hard to have self-control in situations. But with God's help, we can have that self-control, because remember, with Jesus' help, we can do all things. Today's main point is God can give you the power to control yourself. So remember, when you get in a situation when self-control is kind of hard to do, remember to rely on God. I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.